Well, today's video is sponsored by Black Gold Compost Company. We want to thank the good people over at Black Gold for their generous donation of all this black cow manure that we're using in our video today. Thank you for sponsoring our channel. Well, good morning, friends. Today's video is on how to grow cauliflower at home. So stick with me. I'll be right back after the break and we'll get all up in it. See you in a minute. Well, welcome back. Got my cauliflower seeds in my seed starting tray. Got them in there a couple of days ago. I don't see anything coming up yet. A little early, but I'm excited. I can't wait to get these up. But anyway, these will be coming up here in a few days, so we'll be watching the progress of these all the way until from seed all the way to harvest. So stick with us on the video all the way to the end so you can see the whole progression of the life of this beautiful cauliflower. Now, I got these seeds at johnnyseed.com, so if you want to check out that website, there's a lot of good seeds to pick from. You might want to get some of these seeds for your fall garden this year, because it's a great fall vegetable. It's a cool weather crop that you can try in your fall garden. So anyway, the name of these, the variety of these cauliflower seeds are called Amazing. So I think that's an appropriate name. This is a white cauliflower. It's very good. I love them raw. I chop them up in little pieces and eat them raw with my dinner as a snack. Sometimes Nancy steams them. I love them steamed as well, because it seems like when she steams the vegetables, it retains a lot of that great flavor in the vegetable, and it tastes good to me that way, instead of like boiling it where you like boil all the flavor out of the thing. She steams them or stir fries them, and that's good, or even raw. So it's up to you. It's a great vegetable to eat, and basically any way you can want to cook it is always good. But anyway, I got these seeds going. I got them started. We're going to watch the progression of these. We're going to plant these direct sow. I'm going to plant these in the earth bed as a seedling start. After these get up big and hardened off, we're going right into the earth bed. So we'll be back in the days ahead as soon as these seedlings finally get here, and we'll get started on growing these together. We'll see you soon. Well, good morning. Our white cauliflower's been on the seed starting tray for 9 days today, and I've got a pretty good germination rate. I'm not complaining at all. They're just very small. It's been pretty hot, so it's tough for them to get going. You know, they're a cool weather plant. But anyway, they're getting better. The temperatures are falling now here in Florida. We're already down in the 70s and the 60s at night, so that's the temperature range that is ideal for, you know, these cauliflowers. So we'll be watching these in the days ahead. They're still just living off the codlin leaves. There's absolutely no true leaves at this point, but we'll get there. I got faith in them. So we'll be back in about a week or so. We'll take a look at the progress and make a determination of if they're ready to go to the hardening table or not, until we can eventually get them planted in the garden. So we'll be back in about a week or so, and we'll take another look at these pretty little old white cauliflower. See you then. Well, happy new day, friends. Got some cauliflower. Wanted to give you an update on the first tray that I started about 3 weeks ago, and we had the cauliflower had a good germination rate, really good. And then unfortunately, we got some unseasonably warm days set in for about a week there, and it got a little hot. It got up 89 and 90 degrees for about 4 days in a row, and I had a tough time with them. Cauliflower just don't like that high temperatures. So I thought that it would be best to start another tray, so I did about a week later, and This tray's been in the seed starting rack for about 2 weeks now, and it's got a good germination rate. And the seedlings are doing much better. They're enjoying the cooler weather. So we got a cooling trend ahead of us here in the next, starting next week. So I'm looking forward to that temperature to get more seasonable. So anyway, with the cooler temperatures coming, I think the cauliflower will be just right. We'll get them up, hardened off, and get them over here to where we can go get them planted, and we'll do all that together. So we'll be back in the days ahead and continue this video as these things mature. See you soon. Well, good morning. Our cauliflower is doing really good. It's been out on the hardened table for about 4 days now. The transplant seedlings are up about 4 inches and got some beautiful true leaves on them. So these things are ready to get transplanted out into the earth garden. So come on up and take a good close look at how beautiful these little seedlings are. I couldn't be more pleased. I think they've done well. So they're good and healthy. Got plenty of true leaves, hardened off, ready to go. So today I'm going to get some fish out of the freezer, let it be thawing out tonight, and we'll come out here first thing in the morning, and we'll prep the bed. I'm gonna amend the soil out there with some black cow manure, get that all spread out and cultivated in, and then we'll install our beautiful cauliflower with a little piece of fish to help push it along. So we'll be back in the morning, and we'll get these in the ground together. See you then. All right, well, good morning. Well, I got the hard part done. I got the black cow spread out over the areas that I'm going to be planting in today. So I got my fish thawed out last night. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to cultivate in all this beautiful black cow, and incorporate that in with the soil, and then I'll install my cauliflowers. And I'm going to be using a piece of fish, which I consider, in my humble opinion, an excellent organic fertilizer. So I'm going to be putting that fertilizer about 9 inches deep. Then I'll put some lime on it to mask the smell like I always do, and then I'll cover it back up nice and careful, and then I'll dig a little hole 4 inches deep, and I'll put in some blood meal to give it a little bit of nitrogen, and as well as slow release nitrogen over the next 3 months. It'll give me about 2% release as soon as I wet it, and then it's real slow on after that. So it's just enough for the seedling to take up. If I try to give it a fertilizer that just pops all at one time, it's an overdose on the seedling, and the seedling has a struggle. If not, it may not even survive. So I've found that having the slow release blood meal with a little bit of water on it to get it slowly going, it works just right for me. And by the time that root system on that new seedling reaches down and gets to the 9-inch level, that fertilizer, that fish that I had down there is well along in the decomposition of decomposing, and it has lots of nutrients ready for it. As soon as the roots hit that, it takes it up, and it's a supercharge of nutrients. So let's get these beautiful cauliflower in the ground, because we want to watch the development of these all the way out until harvest. So let's get started. Okay, I want to use my my spacing stick. I'm going to go from this end right here all the way up to this mark right here. That's 30 inches. So I want to put my cauliflower on 30-inch spacing on the row, and I want my rows 36 inches apart. Well, we did it. We got 2 rows of the cauliflower installed. So we'll be watering this in and watching the progress of this in the days ahead. And as we tend to this and love on this cauliflower all the way up until the day we get to harvest it. So stick with us and we'll be back very shortly just to watch and see how it's doing. See you soon. Well, our 2 rows of cauliflowers have been struggling. They've been out here for 4 weeks, but we've had 3 weeks of that's been like kind of hot. So they've had a hard time. They don't like hot, cold, hot weather. So they're a cool weather plant. So, you know, we lost a few and we still got some that are coming and struggling, but we now have the cooler temperatures of fall setting in. So our cauliflower are to start showing some signs of improvement, you know, now, and we'll keep our eye on these little guys as they continue to grow until we finally get that harvest time. So we'll be back soon. Well, good morning, friends. These 2 rows of cauliflower are not doing all that great. Yeah, we had that tropical storm Ada come through here a couple weeks ago, and it saturated us with quite a bit of rain and a lot of wind. But it tore up some of them. They actually broke the plants right off at the ground level, ripped them off. So I've already taken those plants out, and a lot of the plants that are left are really having a hard time with the heavy saturation in the soil right now of water. So I'm hoping that I don't end up with a bunch of root rot on these guys. But anyway, we got some better weather coming ahead. It's going to dry out a little bit, and that's exactly what these guys need. They need to get their feet are too wet right now. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks and we'll take another look at the progress of our cauliflower and pray for them to pull through this harsh fall that we've had. We've had a lot of storms this year, over 30 named storms, you know. It's been rough down here in the south. So anyway, we'll be back soon. Take another look at what's left of our cauliflower. See you then. Good morning. Our cauliflower's been doing really good. We've been really enjoying these things. We just about ate them all up. And Nancy says, hey, aren't you doing a video on those cauliflower? I said, yeah. She says, well, don't eat them all. You got to finish the video. So today I'm going to finish the video and then I'm going to eat them all. But the curds have come out. They've really, once you see the little curd starting, or head, whatever you want to call it, but it's actually called a curd. The cauliflower curd starts, when you see it, it'll be kind of small and it'll get enormous and very quickly, a couple of weeks. These have been growing for 120 days, maybe a little more than 120, but maybe more like 130 days. But when you plant these, keep that in mind. You're looking at about 4 months from seed to harvest, and that's where we're at right now. So I just wanted you to come up and take a real nice close-up look at these, and we're going to harvest about 3 of them, take them over to the harvest area and clean them up and take a look at how pretty they are. Come on, let's check this out. What a beautiful curd that is. Bigger than my hand. It's nice. Now, when you see these curds starting to develop and you've got a lot of sunny days, I grew these here in the winter time, so I had a lot of overcast days, so I didn't even bother to do what I'm going to tell you. But if you do have a lot of brilliant, bright sunshine, what I usually do is I'll take these leaves like this. I'll put them together like that, and I'll put me a toothpick through there, and that holds those leaves, protecting the curd from the sun, because if it gets too much sun on it, it'll discolor it, and you really want these to be nice and pretty and white. So that's how I do that, and these did just fine without even doing anything. So it's up to you, depending on what kind of weather conditions you're experiencing. But anyway, let me go ahead and take my knife. I'll cut this off. And we'll take that right there over to the harvest area, and I'll get a couple more and we'll clean them up and take a look at them. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Look at that. You know, Nancy makes this so many different ways. She boils it, she steams it, she stir fries it. But my favorite way to eat it is just simply come off here and cut you a piece off. I can tell you, if you're a cauliflower lover, it don't get no better than picking it out of the garden and rinsing it off and taking a bite. Yum, yum. That's some good eating. But I really enjoy this raw. Quite often I'll take this and Nancy makes a little dipping sauce. I don't even know what she makes in it, but it's similar to ranch, I guess. But boy, it dips really well. But we've got 3 beautiful cauliflowers today. And I'm gonna enjoy eating these over the next next couple of days. And believe me, I could eat a whole one of them curds by myself. I love them things. But anyway, I hope you had a good time with us growing these cauliflower together this fall. It was a great fall vegetable. This may be something you want to try yourself. If you live further up north than we do, we're down here in Florida, but if you're way up north, you know, you can have no problem at all growing this in your spring garden as well. We just have such a hot spring down here that it doesn't do very well for me down here in the spring, so I always grow it in the fall. But it's a good vegetable. It's a good choice for the garden, and I think you'll like what you get out of it. So anyway, I hope our video brought some joy to your day and some peace to you, and that it was just a pleasure to watch and gave you a little break from all that's going on in the world around us. So until me and Nancy and Bing Bing see you next time, we want to thank the Lord for these mighty pretty cauliflowers. By his hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day.